apocalypse.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, guys. How you all doing? Hope you're all having an amazing day. I'm recording this. We are doing a ranking on every single Black Ops 2 gun on zombies. So there might be a few guns here that you've seen and like, oh, you know, aren't they on multiplayer? We're not ranking them on multiplayer, just on zombies. So if you do enjoy, guys, make sure you like button and subscribe, guys. I do apologise, there's no stream as well. We're going to carry on from tomorrow with a normal Minecraft, with a normal Fortnite. I just want to take a day off, you know, chill out, cool down a little bit, and then be refreshed for tomorrow. I haven't really played much BO2 on stream. I'm thinking of playing some more. I am going to come around and play some more, but obviously it just depends. So I thought I'll do this tier list so you guys know what guns I like, ready for me playing some more BO2. Because BO2 is a good one, guys. It's a very, very good one. So, should we get straight into it, guys? Starting with the B23R, and that is going to go into average. B23R, the thing I can remember the B23R is on transit, on the bus, is a very good point hoarding gun. Quite decent for transit, to be honest. You know, it's only 1,000 points. You pick it up, you get some decent amount of points. Very, very good. I really like it. I think it is muy good. And yeah, I think it deserves an average. You know, I don't think it should get any higher just because it is a starting gun. When you pack a punch, it becomes fully automatic, so you do burn through a lot of ammo. So, you know, not really an upgrade, really, in my opinion. Next, we got the Ballistic Knife going to go into ass. Ballistic Knife is absolutely awful. Hate the Ballistic Knife. I get the idea of, oh, if you pick someone with Ballistic Knife so you don't have to like manually res them, but I feel like with the Ballistic Knife should have made it where you can, you know, where you shoot someone and then you get all their perks back as well instead of just picking them up normally. I feel like that was such a potential they missed. So yeah, I think it deserves to go in the ass tier. Next we have got the Barrett 50 cal. For me, that is going to go into bad. The Barrett's recoil is disgusting. Like, legit, you shoot one bullet and you're in the sky. It's absolutely mad. That's the only reason why it's going so low. It's very powerful. Pack-a-punch is quite good. The recoil is kind of dimmed. But overall, the recoil really is significantly bad. So it's going to go into there. Next, we've got the Chicken. I'm going to put that into the ass tier. Absolutely hate the Chicken. It's okay for points, but the B23R is 100% better. Yeah, overall, really bad gun. Not much ammo, literally. If you get it from the box, you spray a few zombies and you're out of ammo. So that is another thing. A really bad SMG. I think it's like a 3 or 4 round burst as well. So in general, just a really bad gun, and it doesn't deserve to get any higher. Next, we have got the M16. I'm going to put that into average below. Probably, we'll rank all these after, but it's going to go in the average tier. They brought the M16 back in Black Ops 3, and it really didn't have its potential. Like, it's very weak, a very weak gun. Like, for example, on BO3, when they brought it back on like round 3 or 4, it like 2 burst zombies. It's absolutely mad. So for me, that is definitely going to go into the average tier. Next, we have got the Death Machine, which I'm actually going to stick into great. People think it is a god tier thing. I had a look at a few tier lists before this, and everyone's putting it in god tier. The mobility on it is what kills it. It's a very powerful gun, a lot of bullets. You don't have to reload that much because it's got 550 bullets in the magazine. I think that is Pack-a-Punch. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But if you want to try and train with it, there's no point. It's a very campy gun. And for Mob of the Dead, there's not really many camping spots. You can create camping spots, but there really, in general, isn't that many camping spots. But it is a very, very good gun. If Brutus comes, you absolutely destroy him. He's very good for the bridge. The minigun is very good for the Golden Gate Bridge. But, you know, that's what kills it for me, so it's going to go into great tier. Next, we've got the DSR. Definitely going to go into god tier. DSR on town. I remember getting the iron sight with this. Absolutely fantastic gun. 10 out of 10. It literally one hits in the head till about round 35, pushing 40 sometimes, if it's like close enough. Very, very good gun. And looking at the next gun following the Executioner, get up into god tier. Executioner Pack-a-Punch is one of the best training guns I've ever seen. It's got the mobility of a pistol, the power of a shotgun, and the ammo magazine of a sniper. It's a very, very good gun, guys. You know, you get one shots to about round 30, 35. Very good training gun, that's what I'm saying. The mobility of a pistol, very good. With stamina up as well. Oh! Honestly, this is probably one of my favourite guns in BO2. Every time I play Town, I pick this gun up if I see it because it is overall amazing. Absolutely love it. Next, we've got the FAL. Everyone underrates the FAL. I'm actually going to stick it in solid. FAL's a decent gun. Unpack-a-punched, it one-shots to about around 15 with double tap, pushing like 18, 19. That's pushing it, though. The minute you pack-a-punch it, though, I didn't know this. I thought it was an absolute crap gun. When I first pack-a-punched it, it was decent in the 20s, pushing the 30s. You're talking lower, like higher-end 20s, lower-end 30s, it proper stops to drop off. But in general, the average drop-off thing for BO2 is around the 30s, 35s. So, you know, it's a very, very underrated gun, I find. Obviously, it depends on what map you play with it. On Tan, it's decent, but there are more better maps you can use it on. So, I think solid, you know, it is a very solid gun. Next, we got the 7.5, or the 5.7, sorry. The normal 5.7 is going to go at the top end of average. It's a 5, you know, it's a 5.7 pistol. It does decent damage. But the dual-wield ones, I'm actually going to put in solid. Dual-wield ones are very good. Very, very good. I really like dual-wield ones. Even the single pistol one, you know, pack-a-punch, you can go to about around 25, 30. Maybe even pushing 30 sometimes. If you got a good trigger finger, you are off. And with the dual-wield, it's just double the ammo, isn't it? So it's obviously going to be better than the normal 5.7. It's just double the ammo. And yeah, not much to really say about it. Very, very good gun. Next, we got the Galil. Galil, for me, is going to go into God tier. What, mate? It's the Galil. Absolutely amazing for Black Ops 2. Probably the high peak of Black Ops 2. BO1 it was really good. BO2 it was even better and it had its drop off on BO3. The Galil and BO2, one of the best ARs. If you get it from the box, you're happy. You pack a punch it, you get that good iron, like you get that good scope, and you're set for the game. With double tap as well, it's got decent amount of ammo as well, so it doesn't burn through ammo that much. Obviously, it's not as good as probably like for example Hammer, RPD for ammo, Mtar, stuff like that. But in general, absolutely fantastic AR. Next, we actually got the Hammer. Speaking of the Hammer, I'm actually going to stick the Hammer in God tier. There is, you know, you could say there's slight problems with the recoil, but it's very controllable. The recoil is very controllable with this gun. A lot of ammo, you're talking with a... I'm going to mention Town quite a lot, because when I was younger and I used to play BO2, I used to play Town, used to be my main map with a bunch of my mates. In Town, I normally used to run a Hammer with a Galil or maybe an Mtar or maybe a DSR or maybe an Executioner. This Hammer, if you was sat in, we called it jail cells, but it was like where double tap was on Town or up on the bar where quick revive was. You used to always say, right, I've got the stairs, boys, and the bar, and you used to spam it down. Honestly, you used to go probably 2-3 rounds pushing late 30s without having to get a max ammo. So really, really good gun. Recommend getting that for most maps, really. Mobility is kind of a downfall, you could say, but it's not as bad as the NMG. Next, we've got the Cap 40. Get down into S tier, boy. Cap 40 is crap. Honestly, all these pistols, even some pistols in here are way better. Yeah, nothing much to say about it. It's really crap. Low ammo, low damage. That's it. Next, we have got the Slug Shotgun. I forgot what the name was of it. It will come to me. If anyone knows the name of this shotgun, put it in the comments. I didn't really use this gun much because I didn't get Origins till like late BO2 when I was already playing mostly BO3. So, looking at what I've seen other people play, I'm going to stick it into like average, middle average. It's a slug round shotgun. It's got a decent range for a shotgun, decent ammo. The rapid fire I do like of it, where you can constantly spam it. I think that's really good. But in general, nothing special really. Next, we have actually got the LSAT is going to go up into God tier. It's probably looking at this ranking on God tier, probably at middle. DSI I might drop down a little bit, but yeah, this LSAT is absolutely fantastic. I think you can only get it, don't quote me on this, I think you can only get it on buried at the spawn or maybe in the box as well. But when you get it, guys, the ammo capacity is amazing. Amazing ammo capacity. Absolutely fantastic gun. It kills zombies till like 30s pushing 40s. Very good gun there, right, guys. Next, we have got the M8A1. It was M8A4, one of them. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually played BO2. Like I said, I want to bring it back for the streams. I played it once on stream. It did decent, so I might bring it back, play with subs maybe, we'll see. This gun is probably going to go into bad tier. Really didn't like it. The recoil was okay. It was a 3-round burst, so you kind of expected recoil. But in general, it just wasn't really a good AR. It had high potential being a burst. Most bursts, like nowadays, are very good. But this one, just, no. Get in the bin. Do not like it. Next, got the M14. I'm actually going to put the M14 into top end of average. It could get low A in solid, but I'm going to put it in top end average. M14 is a starting gun. Absolutely amazing for points. Honestly, 500 points. You grab it. You get a bunch of points. Very, very, very starting gun. And when you pack a punch, it can go to like 20s, you know, early 20s, maybe middle 20s, and it probably starts to drop off like late 20s. But very good for a starting gun. This is your basic starting gun you pick off of the wall to get some kills for points. So overall, really, really good. Now we have got this beauty. Oh, mate, you can only get it on Nuketown, but oh my god, I remember playing Nuketown with Top Speed. Shout out Top Speed. And when we got this gun, mate, we start, basically what we used to do on Nuketown is start on round 20 and try and survive for as long as we can. And mate, this gun came clutch. This gun came clutch. So for me, it's not gonna, it don't deserve a god tier because it's only on one map, but it's definitely getting a great, honestly, what a lifesaver. If you ever play Nuketown, definitely get this gun. Really, really good gun. Good ammo, pack-a-punch, absolutely amazing. It could probably last till like 30s. Early 30s. No recoil at all, I find, with it. No recoil at all. So yeah, overall, great gun. Next we got this shotgun. Getting ass. Absolutely hate this shotgun. It's just pathetic. Like, the thing is, shotguns have gone through a really good evolution. Shotguns BO1 were trash, even worse than BO2 ones. BO2 ones got a little bit better. BO3 it spiked. BO3 was amazing, and BO4 it was kind of average. So they've really gone through an evolution, through like Call of Duty as a whole. And I want to see in Cold War how shotguns are actually going to be, because in BO3 they're OP as hell. KRM, Pack-a-Punch, oh my god. Haymaker, Brekkie, oh mate, I could go on about them. But this one was just trash. It had no ammo. I think it had 16 and 48 in the mag. You get no points with it. It just weren't effective, really. It really was not effective. And if you got it, you was disappointed. So it's going to go into S tier. Right, next we've got the M1911. I'm actually going to stick an M1911 in solid. You guys probably thinking, oh my god, why stick it in that? The non-pack-a-punch one will go into S tier because it's your basic start. It's what you start with. But when you pack-a-punch it to Mustang and Sally, oh my god, it's amazing. I would put it in God tier if it had PhD. But the fact BO2 didn't have PhD till Origins, and Origins didn't even start the M1911, there was no PhD for the M1911, so you've got a high chance of killing yourself. And for example, map like Town, with the burn damage, you can easily knock yourself with the explosive damage. So that's why it's going into like bottom end of solid. But in general, like I said, great gun. BO1, if it was ranking BO1 guns, it will definitely get like high ranking because the PhD. PhD saves you so much for guns like that. Next we've got the Tommy gun. Sorry, this is the Tommy gun. This was on Mob of the Dead. It's kind of a points gun again. Something, yeah, something like the Galil, for example, but it was on the wall. So I'm actually going to put this as great. The ammo capacity was really good as well. It was like, I think it was 50 in the mag and like 350 in the clip. So I think that's what made it really good. And overall, it's just a great gun. It really is. Also, guys, I'm warning you now, this might be a longer-ish video. I'll try not to make it, but, you know, there's a lot of guns to still go through, so we might as well get back into it. Next, we've got the Mauser. I'm actually going to stick Mauser into probably top end of great. Mauser non-pack-a-punched, obviously, we get ass. It's starting pistol again. But the minute you get the Mauser pack-a-punched to the Boom Hilda, what a name. Can we just start off with the name? The Boom Hilda? That just sounds like a legendary gun. Plus, it's absolutely amazing. BO2 as well. Mate, speedrunning was a dream with this gun. You could literally just zip across the map. If you shoot behind you, you can get over stuff you're not even meant to get over. Absolutely great gun. That's why it's getting such a high ranking, because of the pack-a-punch version. Absolutely fantastic. Next, got the MP5. Another probably top end of average. It's another point holding gun. Town, it was on the wall. That was like your last stand. If you ran out of ammo on everything, you would buy the MP5, pack-a-punch it, and just do loops. You go up to bar, then go up to where Juggernog is with the MP5 and keep doing that 8 loop. if you like literally had nothing else to do. So like I said, top end average. It wasn't really a great gun. It proper dropped off like early 20s, mid 20s, but as a whole, you know, it is a big lifesaver, really big lifesaver. Next, got the MP40. I believe it was only in Origins, and this again is probably. I'm actually gonna put this in bottom end solid, just because it has saved me a few times from Panzers. It's very powerful. There's a slow rate of fire with it, but I feel like the bullets do more damage than the MP5. It's kind of like an MP5 counterpart, but I feel like it's a better version with the lower slower rate. I feel like it's got a high amount of damage. It does kill the Panzer quite quickly as well. Good for points. Really good for points. So in general, great gun. Next, we've got the Mtar. The Mtar is probably going to go into top end solid. I don't think it is great. The thing with the Mtar, it can get quite nasty recoil, and the ammo capacity isn't as high as these like the Galil and other ARs. But it is a good, like, if you're on round 15 to 20, you need a decent gun to get you to like 25, 30 to then swap out, or maybe, yeah, stuff like that. It is a good gun to get you there. Really good for points as well. If you get it from the box, you're not really disappointed, but you're not really like, you know, like amazed. It's like, it's kind of like that average solid type tier anyway. Next, we have got the Olympia, and you guys are going to hate me for this, but I'm actually going to stick the Olympia, like, probably top end of bad. Hear me out though, guys. Hear me out. So it's a starting gun, but it doesn't get much points. It hasn't got that much ammo. However, the only reason I'm not sticking in ass is because when you pack-a-punch it, it does save you. It does go to like middle 20s, where one shots and it basically just disintegrates the zombie in front of you. However, with the only 2 bullets, you have to shoot and reload. If you don't have speed cola, you can easily get screwed over. So that is why I'm sticking it so low, and it just don't get you much points like the M14 does. The M14 is a good lifesaver as well, so that's why it's going so low. Next, got a PDW. PDW is yet again like another MP5. I'm probably gonna put it top end at average. You know, I feel like it is a very good gun for ammo. It reminds me a lot of the Cordite from BO4 in a way. Pretty much the same, to be honest, the way it reloads, the way the magazines work. I do think it's a very average gun though. It is on quite a few maps. I know most people run it as like a second gun for points. So, yeah, it's pretty decent. Next, we have got the Python. Now, the Python tried to be like the Executioner, but failed. It really did. I'm going to put it bottom end of solid. It's not a bad gun. Like, if you get it, you can probably run around and train. It's kind of like a B-Tech shotgun pistol in a way. You can run around and train with it till like 20s. 25s, but you really need the Executioner to push that 30s, 40s. You really do. But overall, it is a really good gun. It's a solid gun. It is a really good gun. The only problem is, don't really get you that much points. The Executioner does get you a decent amount of points. Next, got the RPD. I'm going to stick the RPD into probably like middle great. It's definitely, if you get it from the box, you are happy, and you'll probably run it with the Galil on the high rounds instead of the hammer. But the recoil and the actual damage it does is much weaker than the hammer. The damage, like, obviously it's got more, it's got less ammo in the mag, but more in like the reserve. And when you pack-a-punch it, it's got way more in the reserve. But it really doesn't have that damage, and the recoil can get a bit frisky sometimes. If you're constantly spamming it, it can go up a little bit, but it's kind of controllable. So, and in general, it's like a middle great gun. Maybe if it did more damage, that's the thing that kills it for me. It really doesn't do as much damage. Like the bullet penetration, it will get higher. Next, we got the RPG, which I'm actually going to stick like middle solid. Honestly, guys, RPG you should try out. If you get it from the box and pack-a-punch it, obviously you got the risk of going down because there's no PhD, but it's an 8 round where you just spam, and it will constantly spam for 8 rockets. Absolutely 10 out of 10 way of just clearing your path. If you're like see a bunch of zombies coming, like for example at the jail, if you got loads of zombies coming, just spam it distantly, so you've got no chance of dying, and you can just get out. Obviously, if you get to higher rounds like the 30s, 40s, get rid of it, but it's really good for the early rounds just to clear a path, just to, get them out of the way so you can get to your next location. Next, we've got the Remington. I'm going to stick probably like top end of bad. Didn't like the Remington. There's not much to say about it. I didn't really use it because I didn't like it. It was alright till about around 15-20s. Maybe you could push early 20s, and then it started to drop off. Even Pack-a-Punched, really. Like it's a debatable gun, really. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. Next, we've got the B-Tech Python. I'm actually gonna stick this above the other Python, probably like up here. I don't know what it is, but when I use this Python over the other one, it feels like it does more damage. I feel like I know it's the exact same, but I don't know, it just looks better as well. I don't know why. I shouldn't really be ranking it by looks, but it looks better. It suits the map it's on, which is Buried. The only map you can get it from, which is kind of a downfall, but I feel like it does way more damage. Like, I can really go high rounds with than the Python, but the statistics are the same, so I don't know if it's like the way I'm shooting with it or what, but I do really like it over the normal Python, so that's why I'm ranking it a little bit higher. Next we've got I think this is the S12. Getting ass, like bottom end of ass. Hate this gun. It has 10 in the mag, I think it's 30 or 40 in the reserve. Absolutely trash gun. Get it in the bin. Does not deserve a spot. Honestly, if I could take off the thing, I would. Same with this gun. Oh my god. What a gun, can I just say. I don't know what they was thinking of creating, but if you actually aim in and shoot, it doesn't even hit on target. It goes around in a circle, like a massive radius. So this could go even below. Like, honestly, if there was a lower tier, like just this gun can go in that tier. So get in there. Honestly, hate it. Oh man, if you get out, you're so disappointed. Next we've got the Scar. The Scar is actually probably like it's very like the MP40, as like the bullets, how they shoot really slow and does quite a lot of damage. So I'm actually going to stick it top end of solid. I think it's a very, very decent gun. It's only on Origins, kind of a downfall. I haven't really used it that much, but I've used it, you know, it's kind of like middle. I've used it a bit, but not too much. So yeah, it's definitely going to go in there. Next got the SG. I know it's got numbers. I think it's the SG40. Sorry if I said that wrong. Sorry, I'm sorry, you know. I think it's the SG40 though. This is probably bottom end of great. You know, it's a very powerful gun. It's a lot like the Galil. It really does remind me of the Galil. How it's kind of like same magazine, same damage. It's kind of like the Galil of Origins. Very, very good gun. It's on the wall as well, so it's very good to buy. You know, I really recommend getting it. Next we got the SVG. I really didn't use it, but on Buried it was very, very decent. So I'm actually going to stick it. It's top end, bottom end of great. It is very good for if you're camping near Juggernog, to basically just shoot down the line. Get a bunch of traps, get the chopper head, get the bouncer, and you'll be good. Very, very good gun. I haven't really used that much though. I used it once to go to, I think I got to like round 46 or something with some randomers just camping there with it. And it is very, very good. And speaking of the ones I camp with, the AN94 can go all the way up here. AN94, a wall buy with the ammo of an LMG with a mobility of an AR. What can you ask for? It's very cheap. I think it's only at 1,250 as well. Very, very good. Pack-a-Punched. Get out of here. Honestly, Die Rise is a very good gun for Die Rise. I know Die Rise isn't the map we normally speak about, but it's a very good gun for Die Rise. Also for Buried. Very good. You know, you got chalk, so you can basically draw it where you want. You could draw it right next to the camping spot at Jug. So overall, great gun. Obviously, it's not going to go above the Execution, because Execution is probably my favourite, but another good one I do really like. Next we have got the Type 25. Like, it's literally, for me, I'll stick it in average. Pack-a-Punched, it can be decent in like early 20s, but it's really not pushing limits. The ammo isn't bad, you know, but it's just, the recoil is quite heavy. It's just a very average gun. So yeah, probably very bottom end. It could deserve a bad. It's honestly in between. Next we got the Uzi. The Uzi for me is going to probably go like top end of solid. On Mob of the Dead with Brutus, it absolutely lasers it. The rate of fire with the Uzi Pack-a-Punch with double tap is brutal. Like, it zips through zombies, but because of high rate of fire and not much ammo, I think it's like 240, 250 in the reserve, it does go through it quite quick. But I believe it's a wall buy. I do believe it's a wall buy, so you know, it's a very solid gun. It's very good for brutes on the early rounds, but once you get them 30s, 40s, you do want to start using like the minigun, obviously the wonder weapon, stuff like that. Next got the war machine. There's probably not above that one or that one. It's probably bottom end of bad. Even Pack-a-Punch, like it turns like Sentex grenades, but non-Pack-a-Punch, you just shoot it. You can even go down because they fly everywhere. And even non-Pack-a-Punch is not great. Not good for points. Waste your 950 points you've spent on mystery box. Get that piece of trash. No, thank you. Next got the Ballista. The Ballista for me on zombies was bottom end of bad. I think they did really bad with it. The fact that it had no scope. I don't know if I've never Pack-a-Punched this. I don't know if you do get a scope Pack-a-Punched, but it was really downgraded from like on multiplayer. It's amazing. You know, you can do some quick scopes and everything, but without the scope, you really can't do no like that. So it's definitely gonna get a really bad. And obviously, I think it replaced the Olympia for Origins. So I'd rather the Olympia. You know, it doesn't do great for points. I think after like round 5, it starts to 2-hit, so it's just bad. Next got the AK-47, sorry. They're very similar. But because it was only on Mob of the Dead, I am going to stick it probably above this one. I've tried it a few times, and it is very decent. Very powerful. It's kind of like the Galil of Origins. So you got the Galil, the Galil Mob of the Dead. You got the Galil Origins here, Galil Mob of the Dead. But obviously, because Galil's got more maps and more variety, that's what gets it the God tier. So it's a very good gun. I'd probably say it's better than the Galil of Origins, but it is only a box buy, so it could intervene. You know, it could change. It's all, you know, for your opinion, guys, it could change. And then finally, the final gun is the AK-74U, which is also, I think, only on Origins, and that is going to get a top end, maybe middle. I'll stick it just above the Uzi. It's very good for points. Pack-a-Punch, it can get you to probably like 25, 26. And overall, it's just, I think it is a wall buy as well. It's just a general good gun. I think you get it from dig sites as well. Just generally a solid gun. You know, you can't really complain about it. Obviously, you could say, oh, it's the SMG, don't do as much damage, which I can agree on. The magazine clips and stuff ain't that bad. So, yeah, just a solid gun. And I think that's looking good, guys. You know, like I said, leave me in the comments your top 5 favorite guns from this tier list. You know, my top 5 would probably be these 5. DSR, well, if we say, you know, top 6, we'll say top 6 because I've got 6 up the top on the God tier. And obviously, then put your top 1, like a gun you'd always get pretty much 99% of your games. Which gun you'll get? For me, it'll be Executioner if it was available on the map. If not, then it'll be the next one. But yeah, that is going to wrap up the tier list, guys. I do apologize, I made a few mistakes of gun names, stuff like that. Just wanted to get a nice video out for you guys, and obviously this is like a teaser for BO2 coming to my channel. I do want to do some BO2 speed runs maybe for like Easter eggs or going for like Origins high rounds, you know, seeing how high we can go. So yeah, if you do enjoy, please hit the like button and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Minecraft. Alright guys, peace out. Bye.
Zombie apocalypse.